form. You know, they went on saying, I'm a mystic, I'm a mystic. You're getting it all wrong. Now this light is falling upon me, reflecting, going through lenses, inverted image in the retina. You know the whole story. Where do you see me now? Within yourself. Where have you seen the whole world? Within yourself. Have you ever experienced anything outside of yourself? Everything that's ever happened to you has happened only within you. Now, at least what's happening within you must happen the way you want it, isn't it? Yes? The world will not happen your way. The world will never happen 100% your way, and I'm glad. Because if it happened your way, where do I go? Little bit your way, little bit my way, little bit somebody else's way, it's fine. The world need not happen your way, but this one person must happen your way, isn't it? Yes? This person must happen your way. Right now, this is the only problem humanity has, but they think they have to fix the entire world. The only problem you have is, this person is not happening your way. I'm asking you, if this person happened 100% your way, would you keep this person blissful or miserable? What's your choice for yourself? You must make a choice, I'm going to bless you right now. What is your choice for yourself? At least for yourself, it's the highest level of pleasantness. What you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but for yourself it's very clear, you want this person to be in highest state of pleasantness. When I say pleasantness, if your body is pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call it success. This is all you're looking for? Yes? Only the last thing, only success needs the cooperation of many forces around us. All the other things is just your business. But somebody will say, no, I'm not interested in all this, I want to go to heaven. Why? Why you want to go to heaven? Because the advertisements have always said heaven is a very pleasant place. Yes. If they told you from your childhood, God lives in heaven but it's a horrendous place, do you want to go there? No, we'll pray from here only. They have advertised that it's a very pleasant place. I want you to know, whether you go to the temple or the bar, whether you seek God or drink, you are only seeking the highest possible pleasantness for yourself. How successful you are is the only question, how much damage you cause to yourself is the only question, but a drug addict and a devotee are seeking pleasantness, isn't it? Yes or no? Ultimate pleasantness, sustainable pleasantness, and free. Everybody is looking for pleasantness. You may call it family, you may call it success, you may call it heaven, you may call it drink, but essentially we are looking at pleasantness. There are many ways to approach this. Let me put this very simply. Today, many of you, probably being Indians, you must be doctors, many of you. Because that was the only profession, that was the profession when we were all growing up. Some of you fell out and maybe became engineers. Rebellion means you became an engineer. As per the convention of the family means you became a doctor. The younger ones may be on some soft things. Today you know that every human experience has a chemical basis to it. What you call as peace is one kind of chemistry. What you call as joy is another kind of chemistry. What is bliss is one kind of chemistry, ecstasy is another, agony is another, misery, anxiety, fear, stress. Every human experience has a chemical basis to it. Or in other words, you are a chemical soup. The question is only, are you a great soup or a lousy soup? Yes? Sometimes you're a great soup, on certain days you taste really good. Certain days, lousy soup. If I give all of you soup-making ingredients, same soup-making ingredients, do you believe all of you will turn up with the same kind of soup? You will produce hundreds of varieties of soups with the same ingredients. Well, that's all that's happened. That is all that's happened. All of us fundamentally same ingredients. See in how many ways we have become. Now, because soup-making skills were not taught scientifically, just like that, some people arrived at something pleasant, rest arrived at sloshy soup, some days it's like this, some days it's like that. I want you to just look back and see. When you were 5 years of age, in 24 hours' time, how many moments of joy did you know? Today, whatever is your age, I'll not question you about that. Whatever is your age, how many moments of joy do you have today? Has it gone up or gone down? That means you're turning into a lousy soup. When you started, whoever stirred the soup, they stirred it well and gave it to you, it was such… you were tasting good when you were 5. By the time you were 30, you were supposed to have made it ecstatic, but instead you became depressive. This means you turned the soup into a lousy soup. You can give 1,000 different reasons why I am miserable. The thing is just this, you don't know how to manage this. Yes? Yes or no? You don't like it, I know, but… No, Sadhguru, the problem is my mother-in-law. But at least you delivered your husband. Oh, that is also a big problem. But I want you to understand, you know, someone came to me recently and this is a CEO of a very large multinational company in India, a very well-known man. He came and said, Sadhguru, I'm done, I can't take this anymore. This is horrible. Then I raised my hands and said, may you be fired. Sadhguru, what are you doing? I said, well, you're suffering it so much, may you be fired. What will I do? I said, walk on the beach. Now, if you're in it, you will suffer. If you're out of it, you will suffer. People come to me every other day, somebody keeps coming and says, Sadhguru, my mother-in-law, I don't even know if she's human. My husband, he is a creature. My wife, impossible she is. My boss, another world. Like this, complaints and complaints. I tell them, you come to the yoga center, no problem. I will give you a nice place to stay, good food to eat, and nothing to do. You just have to be joyful, that's all. Don't have to do anything, we'll take care of you forever. Good food, nice place to stay, only thing is joyful, okay? I will come and check on you randomly. If you are not joyful, I don't believe in feeding misery. Food will go off, because should I feed misery? No. Oh, 24 hours you leave them in one place. In how many ways they twist themselves out, unbelievable. When you're alone, if you're miserable, you are obviously in bad company, isn't it? Yes. You're alone and you're miserable. I'm with you and I can say I'm miserable because of you. But I'm alone and I'm miserable. This means I'm in bad company, isn't it? Company needs to be fixed. If your mind took instructions from you, if your emotions took instructions from you, if your body took instructions from you, staying healthy, staying blissful, staying, in the best possible emotion within you, is it natural? Yes or no? So the problem is just that they are not taking instructions from you. You may think it's because of my family, because of my work, because of something else. No, no, it is just that you have a complex mechanism and you want to approach it like a caveman. Somebody gave you a super sensitive touch screen phone, but you were a caveman. Once in a while it'll call the right number. You have noticed, especially if you are an iPhone, these are two religions, iPhone and Samsung. If you kept your iPhone in your hip pocket and sat down, it calls all kinds of people by itself. Sometimes it may call right people. So right now, that's all it's happening. Once in a way you hit the right pitch. But now, simplest things that human beings are capable of, unfortunately, are all being exported to heaven. If you say peace, people will say divine peace. If you say love, people will say divine love. If you say bliss, people will say divine bliss. These are all human possibilities. What do you think? Being peaceful, being blissful, being loving, are they human qualities or are they heavenly qualities? Please tell me. When you fail completely to be joyful and loving, you get yourself a dog, isn't it? I'm saying even subhuman creatures are very much capable of being joyful and loving, yes or no? Yes? Yes. You don't have to go to heaven to experience God's love. If you just as much as get a dog, daily love, guaranteed love affair, yes or no? Human beings should be in a little better place than a dog, I think. Not because a dog is a lowly creature, because we are little more evolved. Yes? More evolved system, ask the doctors, definitely we have more complex and evolved system, we must be managing it better. But the problem right now is, this is an evolutionary problem, in the sense. You heard of Charles Darwin? Hello? A little over 150 years ago, Charles Darwin said, "You were all monkeys," not me, him. You were all monkeys and you became human. And he also said, what could have been a deer grew up into a giraffe, what was a pig could have become an elephant, but took millions of years to achieve this. But from monkey to human, it happened rather quickly. So quickly that anthropologists think that there is a missing link. Now the DNA difference between a chimpanzee and you is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not much of a difference. 1.23% is not a great percentage, isn't it? So physiologically, that's how close you are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of your intelligence and awareness and intellectual, the cerebral capability of a human being is worlds apart from a chimpanzee. Or in other words, your problem is this, you have an intelligence for which you don't have a stable enough base. Now, your own intelligence tortures you every day. Intelligence is like a knife. Knife is a good thing only if you have a steady hand, otherwise you'll cut yourself. Why is it that we don't give a knife to a child's hand? Because no steady hands, not because knife is dangerous. Knife is not dangerous. Tell me in the last 24 hours, knives have killed more people or saved more people's lives. It has saved more people's lives. So knife is not a dangerous instrument. It is just that if you don't have a steady hand, knife can become dangerous. Right now, intelligence is not a dangerous thing, it's the best thing that's happened to us. Yes or no? It is the best and the greatest thing that has happened to us is our brain mushroomed and can remember every single thing that happened in our life vividly and project into your future and strive to create that future tomorrow This is our capability. But right now, most human beings are suffering it so much. What happened 10 years ago, you still suffer. Yes? What may happen day after tomorrow, you already suffer. Yes? What happened 10 years ago, does it exist right now? No. What may happen day after tomorrow, does it exist right now? No. So you are suffering that which does not exist. If you suffer that which does not exist, if there is a qualified psychiatrist here, please ask him, what does it mean? It means you're just plain crazy. Your only comfort right now is a whole lot of people around you are in the same state. That's how it is usually in the asylum. Everybody will be in the same state. That doesn't make you right. You're suffering something that does not exist. What you're suffering is not life. What you're suffering is your own memory and imagination. Two most fantastic faculties of being human is that we can remember and we can imagine, isn't it? This is what you're suffering. When was the last time when somebody poked you with a dagger? Hello? They never did. Maybe when you were in school, they poked you with a pin. Or that also they didn't do? That's good, they didn't ignore you. What I am saying is, how much of your suffering is coming